Hey guys, I just wanted to stop and take a second and actually be like really honest with you guys and tell you why I'm even doing this in the first place. So bear with me for a second while I tell you my story. I used to have a desk job and I sat at my desk performing the same thing every 45 minutes. The exact steps every 45 minutes. And I had to do it in 45 minutes. Otherwise, I was gonna get in shit. And that was a really hard job. That was really challenging and it kind of started to kill my soul. Even though I had just gone to school for 6 years to do that job, when I sat there in it, I knew that I couldn't keep doing that. I knew that my soul was never gonna survive a whole lifetime of this kind of work. And that was really upsetting to me and that was really hard. And I didn't know what to do with my life. I had no idea. Like, what do I do next? How do I keep my soul happy and burning and excited for life? I don't even know. And then I got laid off. And it's really difficult when you have to go to work every day, otherwise you're gonna get in trouble, and then all of a sudden you can't even go to work if you wanted to. That's a difficult situation to navigate, and I had a really hard time with it. At least I felt like I had a purpose in the monotony, which is to keep going to work, to keep making money. And then after I didn't have that anymore, I felt so totally lost. When I was in that job, I had been really into YouTube because I saw people doing what they loved. And it might not have been the thing that I wanted to do, but I was really inspired by their passion for their work. And that kind of helped me light a fire in myself to keep looking. Well, I got another job and then I got laid off again. And after that layoff, I was even more lost. Like that second job was a great job and I loved it. And I felt purpose and then it was gone again. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with myself? So I wandered around lost until I realized, okay, Erin, you went to school for 6 years. You need a freaking project. My friend and I had talked about starting an Etsy shop. So cool, I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna do an Etsy shop. That should be easy. Well, it took me a few days and it was kind of a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. And after I was done, I was like, well, now what? How are people supposed to find me? So I started doing research into art and like selling art, and I basically fell down the internet rabbit hole in the best possible way. I got myself totally in love with trying to sell art and trying to make art, and I got art shows booked and I got other jobs to keep me busy and keep money coming through, but I really had finally found something that I loved. And when I found that passion, I found that thing that I had been looking for, which was appreciating those little moments in life. Appreciating when you walk down the street and you see a pretty tree and you just really like that tree. Or when the sky is just that beautiful color of blue and just for a moment you forget about the shit that's going on in your life and you just get to appreciate that just gorgeous blue sky. Or when you see a little squirrel, or literally anything that brings you light. I started to find that a whole lot more, and to find a whole lot of happiness in those little moments. So as I started to build my whole art thing, I really started to focus on those feelings. And one of my favorites is my meditating giraffes. I really love them because they remind me that exact thing. Hey, when life is really getting you down and you're upset about something, take a moment to take time for yourself. Selfishly grab that time for you and use it to make your own heart happy. Use it to make yourself feel better and use it to laugh, because don't take life so seriously. That giraffe sitting there meditating looks friggin' ridiculous. And that's the beautiful part about it. And I think that for a second, it takes you out of the shit that's going on in your day. And that's what I want to do with my art. That's how I want to focus on teaching art. That's what I want to focus in making art. Let me tell you about what this whole channel is going to be about. So, my mission in teaching you art is to teach you how to express yourself. Just that simple. But to teach you how to express yourself in a way that makes your heart feel good. We're not looking to drudge up our deepest, darkest fears and put them on display. We're trying to make ourselves feel good. It can be challenging then, if anybody here has created art, it can be really hard to put your heart onto a piece of paper or canvas. If you've never done that before, you gotta take my word on it. It's hard, and it takes practice. And I've got some tips to help you do that. These videos are gonna be free videos that anybody can access. You can watch them, it's all good. But I'm also gonna be offering stuff on Patreon. These are things that are extra stuff. So basically I'm just gonna help you to have something to do, right? You've learned this thing, but now you feel like you need to do something with that knowledge. That's what this homework is gonna be for. And I'm also gonna provide critiques. So if you have some stuff that you would like some advice on, then we're gonna be doing that as well. Because I can't just volunteer my time, it's gonna be on Patreon. It's really cheap, so go check it out. It's not that much money, it's less than a Netflix subscription, and it's gonna give you way more happiness than just rewatching episodes of Friends, which I love. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Friends. So another way that I'm approaching this is, being an artist doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be punishing. It doesn't have to be difficult. Well, I mean, it's gonna be challenging. So this is what you can expect. I'm gonna approach it in 3 different ways. Step 1 is to create a positive environment to work in. It sounds like this is a one-shot deal. Like, set up a studio and then you're done. You're never gonna have any problems ever again. But that is not true. You're gonna have problems. So these are some ways to help you keep bringing out that canvas and keep putting paint on it. Because lots of people get paralysis at having to paint on a blank canvas. They're always worried they're gonna ruin it, and it's like a doom and gloom scenario. Step 1 is creating a positive environment to work in. Step 2 is learning basic art fundamentals. These are things like value, like color theory, basic things that will help your art be better. And number 3 is gonna be growing artistically. So these are things, I know that we're growing artistically all the time, but this is more like artistic in our hearts. So what I mean by that is trying to be vulnerable, trying to learn how to be vulnerable in a way that doesn't break our hearts, trying new things that we wouldn't normally try, different methods of painting, different subjects, things like that. It's basically rounding you out as the person being the bearer of these creative skills. So on Patreon, I'm gonna put up a list that's going to have the basic beginner's list for acrylic painting supplies. It's gonna be very bare bones. So if you would like to see the more advanced version of that for more serious people, then that's gonna be up on the Patreon for a paid subscription. I'm gonna be making videos every Sunday. They're gonna be accompanied with homework on Patreon, and on Patreon you're also gonna have access to the Patreon feed so that you can submit pictures, questions, everything like that. So we can have Q&As, all that kind of stuff, okay? And that's all for today. I'm really excited to do this, guys. I hope that you are too. Like, come join me on this journey of creating things. Remember, it's totally free to watch these videos, so go ahead and subscribe down below, and I will see you on Sunday. Yay! Bye!